There are four things that determine the quality of your life more than almost anything else. Not your background, not your luck, not your circumstances, your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. Master these four things, you gain control over your future. Fail to master them, you will spend your life reacting to events instead of directing them. The ancient Stoics understood a truth that most people still ignore today. A person's greatest victory is not over other people. It is over themselves. Every word you speak shapes your reputation. Every mood you entertain shapes your actions. Every financial decision shapes your future. Every thought you allow into your mind shapes your destiny. The quality of your life is hidden within these four areas. In today's video, we will explore the 4 M's that every person must master to become disciplined, respected, financially responsible, emotionally resilient, and mentally strong. Before we begin, subscribe to Stoic Ascension and turn on notifications. If you're committed to self-mastery, discipline, wisdom, and becoming the strongest version of yourself, subscribe now. Every video on this channel is designed to help you think clearly, act wisely, and rise above the distractions that keep most people trapped. Now, let's begin with the first M, your mouth. Because many people destroy their future with their words long before they ever have the chance to build it. Chapter 1. Master your mouth. Of all the things a person must learn to control, the mouth is one of the most difficult. A single careless sentence can destroy a relationship. A single emotional outburst can ruin an opportunity. A single moment of uncontrolled speech can create years of regret. Yet most people spend their lives trying to control others while failing to control their own words. The Stoics understood something powerful. The person who cannot control their tongue cannot control their life. Think about how many problems begin with words. Arguments, broken friendships, damaged reputations, lost opportunities. Most of them start because someone spoke without thinking. They reacted instead of responding. They allowed emotion to speak before wisdom had a chance. The Stoic does the opposite. The Stoic understands that words are powerful. And because they are powerful, they must be used carefully. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he had 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen more. Speak less. Observe first. Respond later. In today's world, silence has become rare. Everyone wants to speak. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone wants to share their opinion. Very few people take the time to listen. But wisdom often grows in silence. The strongest person in the room is not always the loudest. Often, the strongest person is the one who remains calm while everyone else loses control. The person who can remain silent when insulted possesses a strength that most people never develop. Anyone can react. Anyone can argue. Anyone can shout. But remaining composed requires discipline. The first step to mastering your mouth is learning to pause. Before speaking, ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it helpful? If the answer is no, silence may be the better choice. Many people create unnecessary problems because they feel compelled to say everything they think. Not every thought deserves to become words. Not every opinion needs to be expressed. Not every battle needs to be fought. A wise person understands this. They choose their words carefully because they understand the consequences. Another important lesson is avoiding gossip. Gossip is one of the fastest ways to weaken your character. When people constantly discuss the flaws of others, they rarely improve themselves. Their attention becomes focused outward instead of inward. The Stoics believed that your greatest task is improving yourself, not judging others, not criticizing others. Improving yourself. The energy spent discussing other people's lives could be used to improve your own. Ask yourself, how much of my conversation creates value? How much of it simply wastes time? Your answer may reveal more than you expect. Mastering your mouth also means learning how to handle criticism. Many people become defensive the moment someone challenges them. Their ego takes control. Their emotions take over. Their words become weapons. The Stoic responds differently. The Stoic listens. If the criticism is true, they learn from it. If the criticism is false, they ignore it. Either way, they remain calm. Why? Because their peace is not controlled by someone else's opinion. Imagine the power of reaching a point where insults no longer disturb you. Imagine being so secure in your character that criticism becomes information rather than an attack. That is the power of self-mastery. Your words also shape your identity. Pay attention to how you speak about yourself. Many people constantly repeat negative statements. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. I always fail. Over time, these words become beliefs, and those beliefs become reality. The mouth does not simply communicate your thoughts. It reinforces them. Speak with purpose. Speak with confidence. Speak with honesty. Your future is influenced by the words you repeatedly say. The next lesson is keeping your promises. Every promise is a statement. Every commitment is a word given. When your actions fail to match your words, trust begins to disappear. But when your actions consistently align with what you say, people begin to respect you. More importantly, you begin to respect yourself. Integrity starts with honoring your word. If you say you will do something, do it. If you make a commitment, keep it. Let your words carry weight. The Stoics valued character above reputation, and character is revealed through consistency. The final lesson is learning the power of encouragement. Words can destroy, but words can also build. A single encouraging sentence can change someone's day. A single kind word can restore hope.
A single conversation quand inspire transformation.
Use your words wisely, not only to avoid harm, but to create good. The person who masters their mouth gains an incredible advantage in life. They avoid unnecessary conflict. They build stronger relationships. They earn trust. They maintain peace. Most importantly, they gain control over themselves. Remember this. The mouth is a servant. It was never meant to be the master. Control it.
Discipline it.
Master it. Because the quality of your words often determines the quality of your life. Before we move to the second M, subscribe to Stoic Ascension and turn on notifications. If you're committed to mastering yourself, building discipline, and developing the mindset of the ancient Stoics, subscribe now. Your journey to self-mastery has only just begun. Chapter 2. Master your mood. Most people believe their life is controlled by circumstances. The Stoics believed something different. They believed your life is largely controlled by how you respond to circumstances. And that response is determined by your mood. A person who cannot control their mood becomes a prisoner of their emotions. One bad comment ruins their day. One setback destroys their motivation. One disappointment causes them to give up. They live at the mercy of events. The Stoic lives differently. The Stoic understands that emotions are natural, but they should not be allowed to take control. Imagine a ship in the middle of a storm. The waves are powerful. The wind is fierce. The conditions are difficult. But what determines whether the ship survives is not the storm. It is the captain. Your mood is the captain of your daily life. If your mood controls you, every challenge becomes larger than it truly is. If you control your mood, even major difficulties become manageable. This is one of the greatest forms of self-mastery. The first lesson is understanding that feelings are temporary. Many people make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. They quit when they feel frustrated. They react when they feel angry. They give up when they feel discouraged. Then later, when the emotion passes, they regret their actions. The Stoics understood that emotions come and go like weather. A storm may appear today, but it will not last forever. The same is true for anger, fear, disappointment,
Frustration.
These emotions are visitors. Do not allow temporary feelings to become permanent masters. The next lesson is separating events from interpretation. Two people can experience the same situation. One becomes angry. The other remains calm. One becomes discouraged. The other becomes motivated. Why? Because events do not automatically create emotions. Our interpretation of events creates emotions. This is one of the most powerful Stoic principles ever taught. You may not control what happens, but you control what it means. A setback can become a lesson. A failure can become training. A disappointment can become redirection. The meaning you assign to events determines your emotional response. Choose wisely. Another important aspect of mastering your mood is refusing to be easily offended. Modern society encourages people to react to everything. Every disagreement becomes personal. Every criticism becomes an attack. Every inconvenience becomes a crisis. The Stoics rejected this mindset. They understood that taking offense is often a choice. Not every comment deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves your energy. Not every insult deserves a response. A strong person knows when to walk away. A wise person knows when silence is more powerful than reaction. Think about how much peace you would gain if you stopped allowing small things to control your emotions. The traffic,
The rude comment.
the unexpected delay, the criticism. Most of these things are temporary. Yet people allow them to ruin entire days. Do not surrender your peace so easily. Protect it, guard it, value it. Mastering your mood also means learning gratitude. Gratitude is one of the fastest ways to change your emotional state. When people focus only on what is missing, they become miserable. No achievement is enough. No success satisfies them. They constantly chase more while ignoring what they already possess. The Stoics practiced appreciation. They understood that much of what we take for granted today was once something we prayed for. Your health, your opportunities, your family, your ability to learn and grow. These are gifts many people overlook. Gratitude shifts your attention from scarcity to abundance. And where attention goes, emotions follow. Another key lesson is emotional discipline. Discipline is not only about actions. It is also about reactions. Can you remain calm when others lose control? Can you remain patient when things take longer than expected? Can you remain composed when life becomes difficult? This is true emotional strength. Not pretending emotions do not exist, but refusing to let them dominate your behavior. The Stoics were not emotionless. They simply refused to become slaves to emotion. That distinction changes everything. A person who masters their mood becomes incredibly resilient. Challenges no longer break them. Criticism no longer controls them. Delays no longer frustrate them. They remain steady because their inner state is not dependent on external conditions. This is freedom. Most people seek freedom in money, in status, in possessions. The Stoics sought freedom in self-control, and that freedom begins with emotional mastery. Every evening, ask yourself, what controlled my emotions today? Did I react or respond? Did I allow temporary feelings to guide my decisions? Did I protect my peace? These questions reveal where growth is needed. Remember this. A bad mood does not have to become a bad day. A bad day does not have to become a bad week. And a bad week does not have to become a bad life. You always have the power to choose your response. Master your mood. Control your reactions. Protect your peace. Because the person who controls their emotions gains a power that few people ever experience. Before we move to the third M, subscribe to Stoic Ascension and turn on notifications. If you're serious about mastering your emotions, strengthening your discipline, and developing the mindset of a true Stoic, subscribe now and join thousands of others on the path to self-mastery. Now, let's move to the third M, money. Chapter 3, Master Your Money. Money is one of the most misunderstood forces in life. Some people worship it. Some people fear it. Some people spend their entire lives chasing it. And others spend their lives complaining about not having enough of it. The Stoics viewed money differently. They did not see wealth as evil, nor did they see it as the ultimate goal. They understood that money is a tool. And like any tool, its value depends on the person using it. A hammer can build a house, or it can destroy one. Money works the same way. In the hands of a disciplined person, money creates freedom, opportunity, and security. In the hands of an undisciplined person, money creates stress, debt, and regret. That is why mastering money is not really about money. It is about mastering yourself. Many people believe their financial problems would disappear if they simply earned more. But higher income does not automatically create financial peace. There are people earning large amounts of money who are drowning in debt. And there are people with modest incomes who live with confidence and stability. The difference is not always income. The difference is discipline. The first lesson in mastering money is spending less than you earn. It sounds simple, yet countless people fail to do it. Every time their income increases, their lifestyle increases as well. The bigger the paycheck becomes, the bigger the expenses become. As a result, they remain trapped. More money enters. More money leaves. Nothing changes. The Stoic understands that freedom is not found in endless consumption. Freedom is found in self-control. The person who can control their desires gains power. The person who constantly needs more becomes a slave to their wants. Ask yourself, do I own my possessions? Or do my possessions own me? This question reveals a great deal about your relationship with money. The next lesson is learning the difference between needs and wants. Modern society encourages constant consumption. Advertisements tell you that happiness is one purchase away. Social media convinces you that success must be displayed. People buy things they do not need to impress people they do not know. And then they wonder why they remain financially stressed. The Stoics taught simplicity, not because simplicity is glamorous, but because simplicity creates freedom. The fewer unnecessary desires you have, the easier it becomes to live well. This does not mean you cannot enjoy success. It means success should not control you. Own nice things if you choose. Just do not allow those things to own your peace of mind. Another important lesson is delayed gratification. Most people want rewards immediately. They want comfort today, pleasure today, results today. The problem is that immediate gratification often creates future pain. The disciplined person sacrifices today to improve tomorrow. They save money when others spend recklessly. They invest when others consume endlessly. They think long-term while others focus only on the present moment. The ability to delay gratification is one of the strongest predictors of future success. Why? Because life rewards patience. Wealth is rarely built overnight. Financial stability is rarely achieved instantly. Strong foundations take time. The Stoic accepts this reality. They do not rush. They do not panic. They remain patient and consistent. Mastering money also means preparing for uncertainty. Life is unpredictable. Unexpected expenses will appear. Challenges will come. Economic conditions will change. The person who prepares survives these moments with greater confidence. The person who ignores preparation often struggles when difficulty arrives. The Stoics practiced preparation in every area of life. Financial preparation is no different. Save consistently. Plan wisely. Think ahead. Do not assume good times will last forever. Preparation creates peace. Another powerful lesson is understanding that wealth and worth are not the same thing. Many people measure their value by their bank account. The Stoics never did. Your character matters more than your income. Your integrity matters more than your possessions. Your wisdom matters more than your status. Money can improve comfort. It cannot purchase character. It cannot buy discipline. It cannot buy peace of mind. Those things must be earned through personal growth. The wealthiest person is not always the person with the most money. Sometimes the wealthiest person is the one who needs the least. Think about that. A person who is content, disciplined, and financially responsible often experiences more peace than someone who is rich but constantly anxious. Money is important, but peace is priceless. Every day, ask yourself, am I spending wisely? Am I preparing for the future? Am I controlling my desires? Am I using money as a tool or allowing it to control me? These questions help build financial wisdom. and financial wisdom creates freedom. Remember this. Money is a wonderful servant, but it is a terrible master. Master your money before it masters you. Develop discipline. Practice patience. Live below your means. Prepare for the future. And never forget that true wealth begins with self-control. Before we move to the fourth and final M, subscribe to Stoic Ascension and turn on notifications. If you're committed to building discipline, financial wisdom, emotional strength, and true self-mastery, subscribe now and join our growing community of modern Stoics. Now, let's move to the final and most powerful M, your mind. Chapter 4. Master your mind. Of the 4 M's, this is the most important, because your mouth follows your mind. Your mood follows your mind. Your money decisions follow your mind. Everything begins in the mind. Master your mind, you gain control over your life. Neglect your mind, and every other area eventually suffers. The Stoics understood this truth better than most people ever will. They knew that the greatest battlefield is not outside of you. It is inside of you. The battle between discipline and temptation. The battle between courage and fear. The battle between wisdom and impulse. The battle between who you are and who you could become. Every day, that battle is taking place within your mind. Every day, one side wins. The question is, which side are you feeding? Most people spend their lives allowing their minds to wander without direction. They think whatever thoughts appear. They believe every emotion. They react to every impulse. As a result, they become controlled by forces they barely understand. The Stoic chooses a different path. The Stoic becomes the master of the mind rather than its servant. The first lesson is guarding your thoughts. Every action begins as a thought. Every habit begins as a thought. Every success and every failure begins as a thought. If you allow negative thinking to dominate your mind, eventually it will dominate your life. If you constantly think, I can't do it, I'm not capable, it's impossible, those thoughts become beliefs, and those beliefs become reality. Your mind believes what you repeatedly tell it. This is why mental discipline is essential. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Listen to the conversations happening inside your own head. Are they making you stronger, or are they making you weaker? The next lesson is focus. A distracted mind is a weak mind. Modern life is designed to steal your attention.
Notification.
Social media. Endless entertainment. Constant distractions. Many people spend years consuming information without ever applying it. They know a little about everything and master nothing. The Stoics valued concentration. They understood that greatness requires focus. One focused hour is often more productive than an entire day of distraction. Ask yourself, what deserves my attention? What is stealing my attention? The answer to those questions may explain why you are where you are today. Mastering your mind also means learning to think independently. Most people allow the crowd to think for them. They follow trends. They copy opinions. They repeat ideas without examining them. The Stoics challenged everything, not because they wanted to argue, but because they wanted truth. Do not believe something simply because everyone else believes it. Think for yourself. Question your assumptions. Examine your beliefs. Seek wisdom rather than approval. A strong mind values truth more than popularity. Another essential lesson is overcoming fear. Fear lives inside the mind. And fear has stopped more dreams than failure ever has. Fear of rejection. Fear of criticism. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of looking foolish. Fear keeps people trapped. The Stoics recognized that fear often grows larger in imagination than in reality. Most of the things people worry about never happen. Many of the things that do happen are not nearly as terrible as they imagined. The cure for fear is action. The longer you avoid something, the larger it becomes in your mind. The moment you face it, its power begins to shrink. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action despite fear. Master your mind. Fear loses its control over you. The next lesson is protecting your peace. Not every problem deserves your attention. Not every argument deserves your response. Not every opinion deserves your concern. One of the greatest skills you can develop is knowing what to ignore. The Stoics called this focusing on what is within your control. You cannot control everything. You cannot control other people. You cannot control every outcome. You cannot control every challenge. You can control your response. You can control your attitude. You can control your actions. That is enough. Peace comes when you stop fighting battles you were never meant to fight. The strongest minds are not constantly busy. They are clear. They are calm. They are disciplined. They know where to place their energy. Every day, take time to strengthen your mind. Read something valuable. Reflect on your actions. Challenge your thinking. Practice gratitude. Spend time in silence. Train your mind the same way an athlete trains their body. Consistency creates strength. Remember this. The quality of your mind determines the quality of your life. A disciplined mind creates discipline. A peaceful mind creates peace. A focused mind creates results. A strong mind creates a strong future. Master your mind, you begin to master everything else. You have now learned the 4 M's. Master your mouth. Master your mood. Master your money. Master your mind. These 4 areas influence nearly every outcome in your life. Ignore them, and life becomes harder. Master them, and life becomes more intentional, more disciplined, and more rewarding. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of most people. Subscribe to Stoic Ascension and turn on notifications for more powerful Stoic lessons, self-mastery strategies, and timeless wisdom designed to help you rise above weakness and become the strongest version of yourself. Your ascension begins with mastering yourself. That journey starts today. Chapter 5. The Stoic Path to Total Self-Mastery. You have now reached the end of this journey. In many ways, this is where your real journey begins. Because knowledge alone changes nothing. Understanding changes nothing. Listening changes nothing. Transformation happens only when wisdom becomes action. Throughout this video, we explored the 4 M's that shape nearly every area of life. Your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind. At first glance, these may seem like separate areas, but they are deeply connected. A disciplined mind produces disciplined words. Disciplined words create stronger relationships. Stronger relationships create better opportunities. Better opportunities improve your financial future. Financial stability helps protect your peace of mind. Everything is connected. This is why self-mastery is not about fixing one area of your life. It is about building a foundation that supports every area of your life. The Stoics understood that true success begins within. Most people spend their lives trying to control things outside themselves. They try to control circumstances. They try to control outcomes. They try to control other people. In doing so, they lose control of the one thing that truly belongs to them: themselves. The Stoic chooses a different path. The Stoic asks, how can I become stronger? How can I become wiser? How can I become more disciplined? How can I become a better human being? These questions lead to a life of purpose, because the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your character. Not your possessions, not your popularity, not your status, your character. The truth is that nobody is coming to save you. No perfect opportunity is coming. No magical moment is coming. No future version of yourself will suddenly appear and fix everything. The responsibility belongs to you. While that may sound harsh, it is actually empowering. Because if you are responsible for your life, you also have the power to change it. Starting today, not next year, not next month. Today, imagine what happens when you master your mouth. You speak with wisdom instead of impulse. You earn trust instead of creating conflict. You become respected because your words carry weight. Imagine what happens when you master your mood. You stop being controlled by every emotion. You remain calm when others panic. You remain steady when others quit. You become emotionally resilient. Imagine what happens when you master your money. You stop living in constant financial stress. You make decisions based on wisdom rather than impulse. You build security, freedom, and peace of mind. And imagine what happens when you master your mind. Fear loses its grip. Distractions lose their power. Doubt loses its influence. You become focused, disciplined, and unstoppable. This is the path of Stoic self-mastery. Not perfection. Progress. The Stoics never claimed that life would become easy. They understood that challenges are unavoidable. Pain is unavoidable. Disappointment is unavoidable. Loss is unavoidable. But suffering caused by poor decisions, weak discipline, and lack of self-control can be reduced. That is where growth happens. Every challenge becomes training. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity. Every setback becomes a lesson. The Stoic does not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" The Stoic asks, "What can this teach me?" That single shift in perspective changes everything. The greatest version of yourself is not created overnight. It is created through daily choices. One disciplined action, one wise decision, one courageous step, repeated again and again. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. One day, you look back and realize that you have become someone entirely different. Stronger, wiser, calme, more disciplined, more capable, more free. That transformation begins with the decision to take responsibility for your own life. No excuses, no blaming, no waiting, just action, just growth, just self-mastery. As we close this video, remember this. You do not need to be better than everyone else. You only need to be better than the person you were yesterday. That is enough. That is the Stoic way. That is the path to greatness. That is the path to ascension. If this video helped you in any way, subscribe to Stoic Ascension and turn on notifications. Our mission is simple: to help you build discipline when others choose comfort. To help you develop wisdom when others chase distractions. To help you cultivate strength when others surrender to weakness. To help you become the strongest version of yourself. Join the Stoic Ascension community today. Because the world does not need more followers. It needs more disciplined minds, more resilient souls, more people willing to master themselves. Thank you for watching. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Stay resilient. Remember, master your mouth. Master your mood. Master your money. Master your mind. Master yourself. Your ascension becomes inevitable.